Yo.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Marvin Lattimore.
Francis.
And this is another edition of Welcome to My Hood Film. Uni, man, it's been a minute.
It's been too long.
It's been too long. It's been like a month?
Yeah, maybe
I think more, right? Yeah.
I think last episode was beginning of September.
We was here, right?
No, we wasn't.
We wasn't here? Oh.
At homeboy's crib.
Oh, right. Okay. So I thought we was here. Okay.
No.
I know there was a Soul Plane episode.
Yeah, that was like 4 months ago. That was summer.
Oh, okay, so that was summer. Okay, so it's definitely been a while, folks.
Yeah.
We're glad to be back.
WTF?
Yeah, we're back at WTF. We're back on the air, back on YouTube. In the words of Lil' Kim, we've been gone for a minute, but now we're back with the jump off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we are here after Halloween. This is our after Halloween special.
It's fine. It's been Halloween like for the past 3 weeks.
Yes, it has. People have been dressing up. We're hearing all the scary music, all the crazy movies, good or bad.
The decoration's still up. They're not even trying to put the Christmas thing.
No, they're not there yet. They're not even thinking about Thanksgiving meals. We're still fresh off.
They would have been on it, but this year they're like, no.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Fresh off Halloween. And we decided we could not do a year of Welcome to My Hood Film without doing a Halloween special, because we've done about 2 or 3 already. Mm-hmm. And we was like, nah, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. So
it'll come out the week of Halloween, technically.
Yes, it will.
So
that's facts.
Y'all don't care about Thanksgiving anyway, let's be real. Anybody care about that holiday since I was like 12?
No. So, and it's easier for us because we could always get Hood Films have made several horror films.
Yep.
All in the ranging of decent to just terrible. just
what we saw.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So obviously we don't just do this for our health. We do this to put the world on to the hood, one film at a time. That's what we do. We show people who have little to no real interest or just didn't even were aware that there are hood films out there. There's a genre called hood films. Mm-hmm. So we got a gentleman right here, a good friend of ours. He decided to take the leap and watch a film with us. So go ahead and state your name, gangster.
My name's Natan Badalov.
Natan, what's poppin', man?
Thank you for having me.
Do they call you Natan on stage? I feel like everybody can call you Nathan.
They were in the beginning.
Okay.
And then
You will put your foot down like it's Natan.
I don't want to. Honestly, I'm ashamed to say it, but I was trying to make it easy on people.
Oh, nah, man. Don't make these people.
All right. Your name's Oni.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So it's like
I've been there before. I thought about like, should I let him call me Walter? Nah, fuck you. You're not
Walter.
No. Yeah.
Walter.
You completely changed your. You didn't even. You just said fuck the first name.
No. My first name's Uniide.
Yeah.
Uni,
so you completely took that and you were like, I don't even want. Just do the middle.
No, my middle name's Walter.
Yeah.
I thought about. Yeah, I did think about that.
Man.
That was years ago, but I was like, nah, screw you.
Yeah.
You're an English kid.
You never did. Like let me make it easier on.
No, my name is Marvin, so mine's was a lot easier. It was like I didn't have to worry about that. My last name always got butchered though.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like one time I had my first name butchered. Somebody called me Marbles when I was in, and it was a teacher. It wasn't. If it was a kid, I would have been like, I get it. We kids, you know.
That teacher was teaching in the jail.
Yeah, I was like, fam, how you get marbles, bro?
Yeah.
And then he tried to be cool about it, like, hey, I was like, nah, fam.
No, you don't.
You ruined the friendship.
He just came from a dice game.
Yeah.
Bro, dice game straight to the
Marble.
You killed the rapport before it even started.
Damn.
So.
Where were you at, sir? What's your second job?
Yeah. That's completely off.
Yeah.
So that's a word.
Yep. But
Yeah.
here we are. You know what I'm saying? We do it. We doing it.
Yeah.
But so have you ever seen a hood film before we showed you one?
Well, what counts as a hood film? What is the definition of a hood film?
I love that you asked that question, my good sir.
By the way, I wasn't prepped to ask that. I genuinely want to know.
No, that's
I'm glad you kept it honest, man.
Yeah.
I usually say like low budget movie star rappers.
Yeah.
That you might not see make it to the theater.
Yeah, so we have two.
Won't make it to the theater?
No, they don't make it to the theater.
Most of the time, they do not make it to the theater.
Oh.
Yeah.
They do like a limited run.
Yes.
Like Belly, you're not going to see that on 42nd.
Yeah, and it's not going to be out for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, probably like a month or two. But so our definitions, his definitions is more like low budget, just straight to DVD or already on DVD, never touching the theater movies.
Wow.
That are usually made by rapper or rappers.
Yeah.
And their production companies usually coming out of AKA their pocket.
Yeah.
And and usually in the credits it'll say written, directed, starring, produced by said rapper. Yes.
Yeah.
That's his definition. Mine shares that, but mine's is more like sometimes the setting is more in the hood, caters to more of the demographic of the hood, the urban market.
Okay.
And then sometimes I might get that cult following like House Party did, but in the originality it was intended for the hood.
Right.
It wasn't intended for the suburbs to be like, hey, let's go see what House Party.
But then how do they?
First Friday.
Yeah, or like the first Friday sort of, stuff like that.
So how does it just flip? How does it flip into a mainstream thing? Because how do you know until it?
Yeah. So that's what I meant by like the
like
cult.
Boys in the Hood got mainstream, but that was a very hood movie.
That's what I meant by the cult classic. Like like you said, Boys in the Hood, House Party, they became mainstream over time and people started rocking with it. Whereas like Belly is not mainstream. It's just like it's beloved to us, and then you had to just want to see it.
I've never heard of that.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. See, that's
exactly what
and that's okay. That's what I'm saying. Like that's.
No, I'm being completely honest. I'm not gonna be that like, hey, I know what you're
Belly.
no, I've never heard of it. I'll probably see it after.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So now that you know that from our two answers, what would you consider to be? What would like? Have you ever seen anything?
Yeah, it's a Friday. It's a Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood Friday. Okay.
What other mainstream one is there? I don't know what other mainstream one. What's considered?
What is considered a mainstream?
Set it off.
Set it off? You feel that way? Feel that set off? Okay. Technically, even though it's a biopic straight out of Compton.
Yeah.
Really, that's okay. Yeah, then
Yeah, technically, because it just
that's like then that's the biggest, right?
Yeah, if
like
you look at it like that's one of the
million.
biggest, highest grossing hood films, more or less. Yeah, like you said, the first 3 Fridays. House Party now is pretty much there. At least the first one more than the other two.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're rebooting it tells you that it's still
part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Ain't this their third reboot? Didn't they put out some bullshit right before the pandemic?
Yeah, remember we saw one?
Yeah,
we were still trying to, when we were, during the pandemic, we weren't able to really get guests or come to places like this. We we were watching another hood film.
Okay.
And then we stumbled upon that House Party making like another reboot. But then we found out that it was in some weird way still in the universe of the original House Party trilogy. So we were like, we're not going to watch this, but it's, we just skipped to the end and was like, oh, okay. So there we go. Anyway, so stuff like that we would say would be like considered more mainstream hood films. Moonlight.
That's considered a hood?
More or less,
I can't imagine, that's like, well, I don't know. It just seemed like it's such a...
They don't make those kind of movies no more because they don't need to.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood is being more accepting of...
A24 type.
Yeah. I'll give you a better one. Hustle and Flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that got more mainstream because of when they won the Academy Award for the song and stuff like that. But eventually, that kind of vibe is that more blends into both our answers.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people that wasn't from the hood was trying to go see it, and then it won the award, and then everybody was on it.
Everybody was on it. I saw like, no, you didn't.
Yeah. And it was, I've been rocking with 3-6 Mafia. No, you just found out who they was. Stop it. So stuff like that. But anyway,
what about that movie Get Rich or Die Trying? Is that considered with 50 Cent?
That's a good one. Now you on the ball with
that's like their modern day one where like.
Because that's when.
But he had money though. He put money in that.
Yeah.
I'll do that. We should probably do that one.
I remember when Eminem he got famous with 8 Mile, I thought that was like 50 Cent's version of doing that.
It kind of was. They just different stories, but similar vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That was his 8 Mile.
It was his story.
Like, it wasn't exactly
not
his
all
origin
biographical
story, but
but it was his story. It was his way.
Yeah.
But today we showed you a different. This episode, we showed you a different type of hood film. And we showed you Tales from the Hood 2. And when we showed you the film, originally you were wondering, like, did you have to see the first one? We were like, no, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, you're okay. Because it's two different realms of stories.
Yeah.
One thing me and Oni could say between the first one and the second one is that it involves the devil. And Yeah, he just decided to look different in this one. Either that or he has cousins. But I believe the
different actor.
Yeah, I think the original actor is no longer with us.
Yeah, he passed away.
I think he passed
That's
away.
an old ass movie. That was like 93.
Yeah, the original one came out in the mid 90s, and then this one came out in 2018. So yeah. So could you just tell us in your own words what do you feel you saw with this movie?
Yeah,
I thought it was like the devil tricking an evil white guy.
Yeah.
He was just giving him everything he thought he wanted.
Yep.
And then eventually he got it, but then it came back onto him at the end.
Yep.
He's like, okay, you get all the stuff. You get like, okay, we're going to, against immigrants, against black people. He said the N-word a lot.
Yep.
And to the point where I thought it was just, is it supposed to be like that? Where like for the first one where it's like over the top, like that?
The first one had more nuance.
Okay.
It was a little bit better. Actually, a lot better. I'm going to say that.
Yeah. Okay. It just made more sense because so both of these movies were executive produced by Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Which means that they were trying to
give a message.
Give subliminal messages within horror stories. So basically, Tales from the Hood was the prototype for Get Out. If you look at it that way, it was like the prototype in a sense. It wasn't to say that. Yeah, I'm sure it inspired Get Out in such a way, but it was the prototype for his type of movies down the line, like the social message, but still scaring the crap.
Black people's Twilight Zone.
Yeah, right. So this was that in the first one, but the first one told stories more like it involved racism and it involved abuse and gang violence, cop brutality, and it wanted you to see that. And to be fair, from the second one and the first one, the stories were still like, the first one was over the top in the sense of there was a story about police brutality and crooked cops, and the guy that they killed came back as a zombie
with powers.
With powers, yeah, he had a power like levitation, stuff like that, telekinesis, whatever.
Okay,
but it was to still get you to understand that police brutality is bad. So in this one, as you saw, we had a story that dealt with racism. We had a story that dealt with gang violence, weirdly. And we had a story that dealt with rape. And lastly, we had another story that dealt with racism. So,
Emmett Till.
We're going to get to that. We're going to probably save the chunk of our podcast for that last story.
I'm not.
Yeah, that one was a bit much.
Yeah.
But which story, I guess, did you feel was the one that had you like, what? Like
the worst or the best?
Okay, let's start with the best.
The best?
Let's start with the best.
The what?
The best.
Yeah. Out of the four, which one was like the lesser?
I know it was a hard choice.
Yeah, I know it's a hard choice. Like
the best one? I think the first one, just because I laughed the most.
Yeah, I'm with him on that one, 100%.
With the puppet, puppet kept. I thought it was interesting every time they had the puppet change its face.
Yeah, that was
dope. They have like different helmets for that guy.
Right.
Whoever the fuck is in that thing. You just go, all right, now you're happy and whipping. Yeah. No, now you're sad or angry and whipping and shit like that. I don't know why it was funny.
No, it was a lot.
But it was. I maybe I don't know if they intended this, but the contrast of like brutally whipping a white guy to the point where you see his ribs, yet there's whipped by a gingerbread man. And that was the funniest thing to me. That was very interesting because it kind of like took away the brutality of it by me paying attention to the fucking. What was he? Golly?
Golly. Yeah, Golly. Yeah.
That was.
So basically, the racist doll, this white chick and their black friend really wanted it.
Yeah.
The little Miami friend.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to come back and steal it. Doll came alive. Got real big.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part. Smash the chick. I don't know how a dolly has sperm, but eventually it does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She gives not even birth, and just little baby gollies pop out her stomach and she dies like alien.
Yeah. And the worst part of it all, for some strange reason,
I loved it.
They decided to throw in a no-purpose Easter egg, and they threw in the Negro puppet.
There was a Negro puppet from the first doll that was also in that house.
Okay.
That's why
he's from the first movie. Yeah. That's why they kept coming back to it so many times.
For a much better story.
But the worst part was they made it look more like a joke. Like he was smiling and
Yeah.
He was smiling.
It was encouraging
think-
the other
yeah.
one, the other puppet.
I think he was jerking off.
I don't know. See, now I don't think
He
that.
might as well have it.
He was he was shaking his head and his whole body started shaking.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
know
he was
what?
going like, do
Yeah,
it. Like,
at
wouldn't
first it was
think
a
about
thumbs up.
that.
Yo, bro, I'm sorry, man. But in my mind, I was like, is he?
I don't accept your apology.
I don't. Hey, I could be wrong, but I do doubt it. However, yeah. So if that's your best story, I'm not mad at that because all four were not great. But if you had to choose one out of the bunch,
yeah, that one.
also because it was like 10 minutes. So
Yeah, it was the shortest
yeah,
one.
it was.
That was the shortest.
I thought the vampire one was shorter.
That could have been the same one.
No, it was longer because we sat there and watched them play Cards of Humanity for like
yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
For
That
no
was
reason.
weird.
That was
Well, the
so
old black guy gave them a history lesson for a long ass time too.
He did.
The editing in this movie is terrible.
Well,
It's way
I
too
mean,
long. They could have cut out so much stuff.
the first story, at least, he was trying to give you. Okay, outside of the pacing,
Yeah.
they were trying to send actual messages that made sense.
But we got
got
it.
it.
And we
Yeah,
got it.
We're
But
20,000 times.
that's like, you know, when you see like the message is great, but you
Yeah.
know when you see like you've been to like fucking, remember in like middle school,
Yeah.
there's like a really bad teacher.
Yeah.
They're telling you like, you know, you shouldn't hurt each other. It's like, shut the fuck up. Say it in a better way, you know? There's
Yeah,
a
or say
certain
it like
way
we
to
got
say like,
He said, "Shut the fuck up."
we are the world, like those kind of
Yeah.
Come on, get out of here.
No, I get you.
I thought it was gonna be a whole puppet thing. It wasn't a whole puppet thing at all.
Yeah.
Like the first one, it was build up. They showed a
Yep.
puppet. This one was like, now he's big. He's gonna
Yeah.
fuck this chick real
Oh,
quick
they
and kill her
explain it
homeboy.
more?
Well, yeah, they explain. Yeah, so the puppet story, the differences are in the first one. They actually explain it more. The puppets stay the same size,
Yeah.
and the same one you saw was the one making
he
the
was like
most
the
mischief.
ringleader, yeah.
He was like the ringleader in a sense,
Okay.
or at least the face.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like the guy goes crazy, and then all of them come and like kill him, which is like it's a lot creepier back then.
Yeah.
The way they were moving, the CGI was a lot
Yeah.
creepier.
More claymation.
Yeah, more claymation than a guy in a suit.
All right.
A guy in a suit for 2018 was just like, wow, come on, man.
It's
That's like
more
from
funny.
the past.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
funny. Like that's something you expected in the '90s version,
Right.
rather than now. Now you should expect the CGI where you're like,
They did see
whoa.
the doll again. His face is definitely CG.
yeah, but I don't know.
cares?
Yeah, I know. It just felt more. Maybe also because we were younger.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not gonna blame it on age.
No,
and the time.
just watch
They
it not that
actually
long ago,
tried.
and like,
yeah,
no, this shit holds up.
Yeah, I watched the first one not too long ago, and I was like, it still gave me chills.
Yeah.
With the Negro puppets, it still gave me chills with the ending,
Yeah.
the surprise ending.
This one was just funny.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
I don't know what the lesson was. I guess the lesson was don't shut up white girls. I don't know.
I don't know.
Story or for the,
the puppet
The
joint.
puppet joint. What was your best story if you had to choose?
It was the
one?
first one.
The first one?
Yeah, by far.
Oh, I feel like the vampire one made sense.
That's the second best one.
Yeah, the vampire
Yeah.
one made sense because the chick said like we lure people like predators. I forgot how she said it, but basically,
Yeah, like you listen, you're being a predator online, being a creepy.
yeah, and we're doing
that
the
girl
same thing.
lying them. We're not that. Well, I mean, you're worse because you're killing these.
Yeah, but we're not that
We're
much
also
different.
predators too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and
we're
then
not that different. You and I get it.
and
That's
then
cool.
and then to make matters crazier, it was like they just were like, oh yeah, we didn't want to kill you, we just left you for
want you.
scraps.
yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
just like, but I get it because they did
put
it.
him to sleep. To fuck him like you were already gonna get the buns.
Yeah.
Why'd
Yeah.
you need to drug him? Well, what? Yeah, you deserve,
that's what made me laugh
you
about that
deserve
too.
whatever you got after that.
Yeah.
But
They didn't want to make you not feel bad when you get eaten by those vampires.
what's even funnier is that they was gonna get killed anyway.
They were.
They was,
Yeah.
like, when you think about it,
Yeah.
They were.
they was gonna get killed anyway. But
But you're not. Now you don't feel as bad.
yeah, now you don't feel as bad because you're like, okay, you're gonna get killed, but we see now that you guys are rapists.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny
It's
is
not cool.
the vampires use cards against against humanity
Humanity.
as like their tactic.
Oh,
Vampires use board games.
Boards game is the card game, right? Yeah,
I hate
exactly.
that game. By the way, it sucks.
I think that's for that game specifically is for people that work in the office that can't say shit like that. and they take that
Oh, that's a
game.
good theory.
No,
Okay.
seriously, because
All right,
makes sense.
you talk to comics and you're like, what the fuck? I say this shit all the time.
Yeah.
But then you talk to people that don't really, the corporate.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
don't.
I already fucked up in it.
He's right though, because when you play it with other people and like
Like,
even
oh
when
my
they
God,
get drunk,
titties, that's so
yo, the answers be you be sitting there like what?
Yeah.
And you look and they be like, yeah, I picked that. Yeah, give
Every
me my
time I
W.
see that, I'm
They
like,
be hype.
man,
Yo, give me my W, bro. Come on.
Uno cards or something? I'm not
Yeah.
playing this
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, he right. I like that theory, bro,
Yeah.
because
I'd rather
they
play
dead.
poker.
Yeah.
And then when the game ends, it's like, oh, I didn't
mean it.
Yeah, I didn't,
Oh,
that was the cards.
yeah.
It wasn't me.
I didn't mean
I
to.
guess
Yeah.
it is against
Asshole.
me.
Yeah. Like,
It's
turn
the
around,
cards.
you're like,
The cards did
yo,
it.
bro, like these were the cards you gave me.
Yeah.
Well, like,
So
was
in
it like
theory,
the fucking One Ring?
yeah, it's like you gave me these cards, so I didn't really say it. I was trying to win. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
So I give you that, and then
That game so much.
yeah, so I hate that game. So
Did they make you play it at your job or something?
No, I didn't hear about it till I started doing comedy, bro. Once when they started bringing the game, I said,
Yeah.
that Carl, what the fuck is this? You never heard of shit? Like, no.
yeah,
They would play it
From the
there?
Bronx. Yeah, they play sometimes.
At the. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
he said, "Oh my god."
Are you surprised?
Actually, probably not. No.
Anyway, but okay, so we might as well just jump into it. 'Cause
Yeah.
we already said what our best ones are,
Yeah.
and we were pretty much in the same boat.
Yeah.
What would you say is the worst one? I'm pretty sure we all have the same answer, but you could go ahead.
Yeah, the last one, and I guess the one that what do you call it? The psychic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, forgot about that one.
Psychic.
Yeah.
One.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
pretty-
So
I'm-
I guess if you look at it,
I like that
evenly-
one better than the last one.
Yeah.
yeah, I
The
guess.
A little bit more.
So the first and the third are the best. The second and the fourth are the worst.
The fourth one is by far the worst, just because of the subject matter that they were trying to take.
Yeah.
I think it was because it's like a psychic. That's not that much.
Right? Yeah, it's not
Fucking
that
up,
horrible.
just fucking up with
Makes
psychic.
sense. Right. Right.
Like you're talking about, like
Right.
Dr. Martin Luther
Yeah, you're
King,
talking about people
Emmett
who
Till,
existed.
you know?
They're like, bro, this is not for you.
Yeah.
To bring back the souls of all those people, and then to give Emmett Till powers,
And then to not use them.
and then to not use them correctly was like. And it's and folks, this is not a coincidence because we know there's the movie's coming out. We know there's an Emmett Till movie about to drop. This is not a coincidence.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we
Well, this is our first time watching this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and Mar had not seen it before.
yeah, that's a fact.
So we did not know this shit was happening.
Yeah, it was not
At
in
all.
theaters.
This is
When
a plug.
the movie came out, it was on video on demand, and we both were like, I'm not paying money to see this. I'm not paying money to see the third one. There is a third one, but we still ended up spending $4. But anyway, that's a rental. I could $4 between the two of us is nothing. However, we were not trying to spend the video on demand price at the time, which was probably like 20 or something.
Yeah, when it first came out.
When it first dropped. So yeah, we didn't know that this was gonna happen. We didn't know that Emmett Till was gonna bring back the souls of many pivotal black
white dudes
history.
Help, I forgot.
Yeah,
Who were
I forgot who they were specifically, but I know, but they were part of the civil rights movement. I just forgot who they were
weird that
specifically.
they didn't name it. They named everyone, and then there's like, and them, and then you just see two random white guys that I'm like, who?
Yeah,
They said a name real
yeah, they
quick, but
said
I
it
was so
super quick.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we were still just stuck on Emmett
shocked
Till.
on Emmett Till.
Yeah.
My brain just shut down. Like, what the fuck?
We were stuck on Emmett Till, and then I even called out. I said, yo, if they
not bring
use
Dr.
Dr. King, and then they got Dr.
course.
King. Thankfully, they didn't use him
say
with
anything.
powers. He didn't say anything.
say anything.
He just stood there to be there. And I guess they try to use him because that's a heavier name to throw on. But
They didn't show Malcolm X.
they did not.
Yeah.
They did not. There's reasons for that, but they did not. They don't really like to show him because of what he did in terms of how he chose to do civil rights versus Martin Luther King's way.
Yeah.
Which, kudos to both of them for trying. But at the end of the day,
If you're gonna go, you gotta go all the way.
yeah, right.
So my guy be Magneto.
No, you're right.
Malcolm
You're right.
X.
You got to give Malcolm
smacking the shit out of the main character.
with the gun. Yeah.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been better. You
'Cause-
wrote the story.
Yeah, because they literally had Emmett Till show a world where the Klan won.
And then
No,
it
basically-
kept going.
Yeah, and it kept going.
The whole point of the stupid story was like, if Emmett Till didn't say "fuck you, white cracker,"
Then the white people.
then the civil rights would never happen.
Yeah, right.
Klan Patrol.
Right. But
But then even after the guy said, "Okay,
I'll
whatever
join
you
you."
want to do, I'll
Right.
do it," and then he went, all right.
Yeah.
And he just get
It was basically shitting on black Republicans trying to close down polls.
No, I got that.
Yeah, we all got that, but it was way too.
But like I told
no nuance. This movie has no nuance.
Yeah, and like I told you at the end, because he chose that and he chose that right path, they erased ever having a Klan patrol, which means that they never existed.
But he still got.
Still got beat to death.
Yeah.
So then it was like,
there wasn't anybody around.
Yeah.
It was the old governor, his mom, his white baby moms, and her looking at his corpse. And the friend.
And her friend who was also
the old voodoo doctor, man.
Psychic, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Because when he got up, when his spirit got up, he was the only one looking like, yo. Like, yo, you still dead, bro?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, what? How? I'm so confused.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
But we were still just stuck on, like we said, Emmett Till with superpowers. They weren't trying to be disrespectful. I know they weren't. They were trying to set a tone. He said, I don't know. I don't know. I beg to differ.
Do you think this might have all been on purpose? Like it's on purpose. They knew what they were. Because it was some of it was so over the top that you went, there's no way they couldn't know. No, like if you said Spike Lee executive produced it, does that mean he had to watch it?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think at that level he was like, I got it.
The first one, I feel like he watched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one,
he just went,
probably like, we got the rights.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
Or maybe he did because they were like, yo, think about it. Get Out is on fire right now. And then he probably was like, yo, you know what? I ain't gonna hold you.
It's time to bring it back.
We gotta bring back the Tales from the Hood. You know, we killing it. You know, we got Us. We got Get Out.
More nuance next time.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, you know, Tales from the Hood 3 afterwards.
Yeah.
And then
there's a third one.
Yeah, there is a third one.
When did that come out?
2020.
There you go.
Oh. So this was so...
Somebody did. Must have been.
Yeah, somebody watched it enough that they were like, let's do it again.
Wow.
One more time.
I wonder what the night...
Unless they filmed it back to back.
And then they also went for the fact that, 2020, we wasn't really leaving our houses for
they
most
did
of the
it
year.
during COVID? Or they released it during
I don't remember the actual date.
Okay.
But I want to say they released it during COVID. It was probably in post-production already or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when it came out, people were like, I would love to watch this, but I am currently trying to save my life.
I mean, it wasn't like it was going to the theater anyway.
Yeah, that's probably a movie that should have went to the theater in that year, because then we would have been like, well, they could have lied and been like, well, you saw why we didn't see it. Back pandemic. It's not our fault. Yeah, now you're like, oh, you was at home and you didn't see it? Yeah, that's on y'all. That's on y'all. You was at home, you had the option, because everybody was buying all those other movies on demand during pandemic, and they didn't buy yours. So, shit, they probably should have went the Disney route, just do it on the app.
Yeah, that's true.
Just do it on the app.
I don't think Universal got their own app.
But then again, Disney threw good movies on the app, so it tells them, you can't do that. But anyway, have you ever heard this saying in the hood? It's called "Whose man's is this?"
Yeah, like what the fuck is this guy doing?
There you go. I love that. That
You're like one of the few people that get it immediately.
Yeah, right on the money.
I'm from New York.
Oh, okay.
I was raised here, yeah.
Right.
Until I was 4.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
What part? Were you from the Bronx? Queens? Oh, Queens? Oh, yeah. He definitely heard.
But there's like the high school I went to, it was like half. I went to Forest Hills High School.
Oh.
Like 40% Jew, like my kind of Jew, or it's like Bukharian Jew.
Oh,
like 40% black people, and then 20% everybody else.
Interesting.
And I would hear that, whose man, I would hear, it's not, really? People don't know what the fuck?
You'd be surprised, bro. Listen to our old episodes.
Yeah.
Available on all platforms.
I thought that was so common, too. And also Trav Q, that guy on TikTok, he does that. He always like puts a thing on it, and then
I've seen that before. Yeah.
There you go.
Damn, I'm sorry.
No. Nothing to be sorry about, bro. We don't care about that anymore. Yeah, we've been doing this for like 3 years. We good.
Was there ever a time you said, "So what is whose man?" And they're like, "I don't know." And then you're like, "Come on, man. I thought I had hope."
I just hope people use a common sense. Like, it's just one sentence. Think about it for 2 seconds.
Some people tried to use their common sense and it worked out. Some people just was like, you know what? Just
that means apple. That just something weird. That means fruit, ladder.
They must think I don't know what they think.
I don't know what they thought. But is there a character in any of these movies, any of the stories or anything that you would look at and say, whose man's is this if you had the chance?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, I know, right? Almost a good 90% of the feds.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah.
You know, I get it.
But
What's your number one?
number one?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
don't know.
Probably easy to ask. Who was not a whose man's is this?
Maybe
I know, right?
well, I don't
Flip
know.
it up.
This isn't the order, but probably the president.
Oh yeah,
he's basically
dumbass
Trump.
Beach.
Yeah, he was basically Trump.
Dumbass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It
a
was
good
Trump.
one.
Yeah.
That just shows, like, sometimes I go and when I was a kid or when I was in high school, I would watch a movie and it would be so bad. I'm like, why the fuck would this person want this role? Like, didn't you read the fucking script? But then the more you do this, you go like, man, this guy really needed a job.
Yeah.
He needed a job so much.
Yeah.
He was willing to risk, all this shit. Like, who's going to hire this guy? There it is.
You were dumbass Beach and Tales from the Hood too?
Yep, you was him.
You gotta pay that mortgage, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got some money
surprised.
over that. Yeah, I'm sure you got some money over that. I'm sure he was good.
Yeah,
You'd
but
be
imagine
surprised.
like someone's gonna you're just walking down the streets. Oh, dumbass bitch!
Dumbass bitch. pay that car note off real quick.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. You feel me?
It was man. I guess it's hard to find a role in acting. You need to be a dumbass
Get a
bitch.
dumbass bitch.
Well, to be fair to him, he got paid for being a dumb.
That's what
Everybody
we're saying.
dumbass
Got paid
bitch
being a
for free,
dumbass bitch. Yeah.
and he got paid.
You got paid. There you go. There
So
you
he
go.
would be one. where
He
you
would be
go
in
like,
mid.
That's
Okay,
exactly
you'll
what
be
he
the
tells
one.
himself at night.
Yeah.
What about you, Uni?
Dumbass Beach is a good one. No, Boz, the dude that killed the reform pimp.
Oh.
No, the dumbass that called the studio.
Which? Oh yeah, the guy that the reason they went into the yeah.
I'm like, you think this is real?
Yeah.
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 And it ended up being real for them.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate
did.
that story so much.
It is bad.
Yeah.
It is really bad.
Who was yours?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a runner up. I usually don't. It's not often. My runner up.
There's so many here, it doesn't matter.
I know it's so many. My runner up is first. I think his name was Dr.
Oh,
the doctor,
white
the
dude,
last story.
Glenn Witt. Oh, yeah. Glenn
the
Witt.
one Glenn Witt. Yeah, you go. So once they started like
Fucking with time.
yeah, once they started fucking with Tom, and he was first like. He came in, he was like, Glenwitt. He was like, it's Dr. Glenwitt.
Yeah,
Like,
after
yeah. And then all of a sudden,
He called him like Mart. Yeah, Mart.
Yeah.
He's like, no,
Yeah.
doctor's going to you.
he was going to be my guy until he said to the guy, and his racism fully came out, and he goes, I don't know what app
Oh, that one
used to make your black ass invisible, but you better disappear by the time I come back. And I said, what?
Yeah.
So
was
he gets a
funny.
pass
Yeah.
because that quote was so stupid, but so hilarious at the same time that I just I just could not stop laughing at that quote.
It's a weird thing. I'm noticing more roles of white people saying racist things, like with Leo. I think it's like Leo DiCaprio.
He opened the floodgates.
Open the
it up.
floodgates,
It's
playing
cool
the
now.
man.
Like he can do it.
Yeah,
So I can.
I can do it too.
No, you can't. Leo still has a career.
Yeah, and it depends on the movie.
Yeah.
You know, it was a time period piece, so it's not to say you can let it
If
go.
you're going to use
Like,
that
I
much
get it.
N-words, your movie better be fire.
Yeah.
This was not fire.
Tarantino. That was a Tarantino.
Right,
And even
exactly.
then, it still got flack for.
Yeah,
Right, of
definitely.
course. Yeah, it was going to. But like he said, we were like, Django Unchained was good.
I enjoyed it.
Tales on the Hood
Yeah.
2 was just
This is not good.
It's like you
It
got
was
to.
not. So that's why I
You
was
have
like,
not earned that much N-words.
right. So that's why I was like, the doctor wasn't he wasn't the worst of my problems.
Yeah.
However, it was not just the guy who called the station. It was the whole crew.
Yeah.
Because then they had to
As a
be
collective, they're
convinced
pretty
to
bad.
go.
Right. They had to be convinced to go over there. Then what made me weirded out more was that they kidnapped the guy that they killed's wife.
Yeah.
Had her participate in the plan at first. And then she tried to play it off like, oh, they made me do it. And then weirdly, like, the guy was like, well, what if I didn't have powers? And they were like, well, then we just like kill you and take all the stuff. But wouldn't it make more sense to just be like, we'll just blackmail you because now we know that you don't have powers.
These people ain't smart. He thought it was real.
Yeah.
These are not smart criminals.
I was just saying, like, it was just everything about them was like, well, whose man's is this?
Yeah, the whole crew as a
whole was the only one was the ringleader because at the end he was the smartest one when he was trying to spare his life because he was like, yo, when you think about it, I didn't really kill you. And, now you're in a white guy's body and you'll be fine, And then the story itself gets to whose man's is this, because then even at the end, he was like, yeah, my dick was bigger. And they're like, what? What?
Gotta make a joke, bro.
Yeah, I had to make a joke. And I was like, I don't...
White dick small, black dick big. You already know, baby.
And again, who keeps giving these guys powers? I don't understand this. Every movie, somebody had a power.
Yeah.
Why? Who keeps giving these guys power? The devil keep giving them powers?
Yeah,
but I don't get it.
I didn't understand the psychic. The psychic story was like in the beginning, you could see that he was lying.
Yeah.
And then you said that then you could see that he actually had powers. I don't know.
I don't even think he had powers. I think the dude just possessed his body at the right time.
He might have just did it right.
Yeah, or he might have just did it right.
Because he wasn't doing rituals for the show. He was just
faking it. Yeah.
He probably dug up a whole book like, fuck, I better actually do it.
Yeah, they're going to kill me.
I actually might really want to do it this time.
Yeah. And then he still died anyway because his soul was possessed.
Yeah, his soul, yeah.
But
that's the even crazier part. Was there like a time limit? Was this forever? Like,
it seems like it's forever.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even...
That was weird.
And wasn't he on a network public access show? He was cursing the whole show when the black guy took over.
What did he say, mother?
He was like, "Which motherfuckers?"
That was funny.
This party started
that
tonight.
Was funny.
It's just like cut. It's all.
Yeah, they should be like,
I watched that show.
FCC's coming for us. Like what? Like,
but if he's actually real, they're not going to cancel because like you're too legit. Got powers.
Then he'd have
he would have got canceled because you already know what would have started happening. He would have been dropping that M-bomb on the regular, boy.
True.
But then he would have forgot whose bodies, and they would have been like, "Oh my lord!"
Yeah,
I was possessed as Curtis. Like, no, you wasn't.
But if I watch you twist a guy's head out, you're probably not lying about the possession part.
Yeah,
but those guys can't tell the tale no more. They dead.
He can probably do some demonstration.
He gonna levitate from the sky.
Yeah, he's twisting a guy's head from across the room.
He did do like a metamorphosis with a glass vase.
Yeah.
Put it in the
That was dope. That was fucking dope.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was hilarious. Broke the glass. The glass.
No, that story made me very upset. It was very bad.
Yeah, that's when you kind of checked out.
Yeah, I checked out.
I fought to the Emmett Till thing.
I was checked out, and then I came back with the vampires, and then I checked out again with supernatural Emmett Till.
Yeah.
I hate saying this because we know, like we said, there's a movie coming out called Emmett Till. I think it's either out already or it's on the way out.
I think it already came out.
Yeah, I think it already came out.
Yeah, I think I saw my boy.
We swear this is no coincidence.
Didn't Charlamagne produce it?
I think he has something to do.
Yeah, I think I saw my boy Andre's story.
We had nothing to do. It was not coincidence with the movie. We didn't even know that Emmett Till was in this movie. So please don't write on the comments or come at us and be like, "Oh, how dare you?" We do not condone.
Talk to Spike.
Yeah, we do not. Right, exactly. We don't condone any of the actions involved in this film.
Writer. Let me find out who directed this. Whatever the hell this is.
Matter of fact, a better story would have just been.
Go watch that movie tonight.
A better story would have just been like, I don't know.
Just make it a generic black guy.
Or he could have like went back in time and like...
That would have been cooler.
Yeah, and he could have been like a slave and nobody believed him. Or he could have went back in time during Emmett Till's, around the time he was alive, and then gone through the same thing. I think I've seen that in stuff before.
There's a book like that.
Yeah, I think I've seen that stuff before. What's up?
Kindred? There's that book where this lady, she keeps going back.
Yeah.
See, so something like that would have been cooler. But to just be like, oh... Emmett Till just keeps popping up, and weirdly, only this white pregnant lady and an old black man can see him. And then weirdly, then the black guy ends up seeing him. So it's just like that kind of stuff just had me feeling like...
Rusty Condiff and Darren Sky wrote this. Take it up with these guys.
Oh, there you go.
I'll tag them.
Yeah, we don't know.
Ask them what the hell happened here.
Yeah.
What happened there?
And she kept saying, the pregnant woman kept saying, this is the second time this is going to happen. So that means that this has happened before. That means that the first time she saw Emmett Till this whole time, and she was like, nobody said, you would think that after the first time, something like that would happen.
That's true.
She didn't know who that boy was.
No, she
just kept seeing some black kid. She didn't know who he was. That was what messed it up. She was like, that black kid is trying to take him away from us. And everybody's like, what are you talking about?
How did she even know that?
How does he know
He was
that?
just standing.
He was just standing there, and then her baby shrank each time, and I guess her husband didn't believe him
Right.
the first time. Weird. I guess
You wouldn't call the doctor?
Yeah,
for
I don't. That doctor was not. You already seen
No,
like
The
he
first
wasn't
time you're like, yeah, all right.
that doctor thinks there's an app that makes black people disappear.
Yeah.
He ain't thinking about
That might have been his racist version, an alternate.
Yeah, and also in the universe. Yeah. Remember? And then there was the governor was Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the actual one, but he
It
looked
was exactly
exactly
Always
like
make the
him.
racist governors like
Like Colonel Sanders. Yeah.
all
The
white.
Cajun dude. Yeah. It's like, come on now.
You just don't want me to eat KFC? Okay, I won't eat it.
I won't eat it. There's plenty of other chicken
Jesus
spots.
Christ,
you know,
yeah.
Popeyes is holding us down right now.
In
with
New York, man, I don't need to go to any.
Yeah, it's Kenny. There's the fake. It's Kennedy's, Lincoln, Texas, Florida.
Lincoln.
We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. There's a spot for all of us.
Yeah.
It's funny because it makes it seem like whoever is in charge of that, like in movies, they go like, it's like, yeah, make them dress like that. Because then white people will go like, yeah, see, we don't dress that way.
Yeah, that's not us.
I don't own a white suit.
I don't know that.
That's
No.
right.
I don't even talk like that. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have white floor.
Yeah, you
know,
make it so over the top, it distance itself.
Yeah, like that's
no.
not
what?
me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, obviously, you're not a cartoon character.
Yeah,
Fucking idiot.
that's what they're saying. They're like, see, that's not you guys neither. You guys don't have powers.
Yeah. Superpowers. and all
superpowers?
that
There was a
stuff.
lot of that in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that also, because they both ended similarly in the same realm. In the first one, there were 3 gangbangers, and they tell a story about how they killed another gangbanger who killed their boy.
Okay.
So that gangbanger killed their boy, and then they killed him. But the gangbanger was having like a hallucination where he was in like, he got sent to jail, and to get out of jail, he had to agree to like basically like be a part of experiments, like a guinea pig. He had to be a part of a guinea pig, and they put him through things where he had to like hypnotize. They hypnotized him to basically saying he would never kill again. But eventually he just was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that," and he's like, "I don't give a fuck." And then you cut back to the hallucination being a hallucination, and then those same 3 gangbangers kill him. Now, the guy in the funeral home was like, "Yo." They were like, how you know all of this, man? You kind of know all this. Like, what's going on? And then that's what he tells them, like, oh, yeah, his boys killed y'all. So y'all not in a funeral home. Okay. Y'all not even here to buy drugs. Y'all are dead and in hell. Yeah. Like, it's a wrap. And then they were screaming. It was like, oh, my God, oh, my God. But the way they showed it the first time was scarier. Yeah. Because he morphs into the devil. Like he literally, he's like this crazy old looking man first that just runs a funeral home. And then like 2 minutes later, he literally morphs into the, like what they envision as the devil. And they show just fire all over the place. And the 3 gangbangers are like, they're Harlem shaking because they had, because they had to look like they were burning alive. Okay. But you see the fire on them. Yeah. And then like there's people around them all burning like, and they're screaming. And this one, they just like, they showed, the guy's like, yo, drive the car. And then Keith David, great actor, not knocking him, legendary actor.
Goliath.
Yeah, legendary actor. Keith David, he's like, this ain't no car. It's not a ride. Yeah. You're already dead. You're going to hell because I'm Satan. And you're like, all right, cool. And he's like, welcome to hell, motherfucker. You're like, all right, cool. You're laughing. Then 2 random goons just grab this dude out the car.
I assume they were just demons.
They even look like demons. They look like grunts.
They spend the budget on the robot that killed him.
Yeah, that's true. And then they grab him out the car, and then they showed his casket. He was already dead. Yeah. His casket was behind him the whole time, but you know, he was worried about not dying. But they didn't even show like, they just showed fire behind Keith David, and they put 2 CGI horns on his head, and then they like zoomed all the way into Keith David's mouth. Pause. For no reason. I was like, how does that scare me? I'm not scared.
This one was going for more of a comedy vibe.
It had to, bro.
That's what it says.
And in the beginning, remember the intro, the skeletons and all.
Yeah, it was like 40. What'd you say? It was 4,000 skeletons?
Yeah, 4,000 skeletons.
One of them was dancing, wasn't it? Yeah, they were dancing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And then if you turn a doll into a grown 50-foot, I don't know, 5, 6 foot doll that starts whipping people, I guess,
I think they kind of knew what they... Kind of.
They weren't taking it seriously at all.
Yeah.
They don't put a fucking Emmett Till then.
That's the one where I thought...
Superpowers. Huh?
Yeah, that's the one where I thought that they probably were like, all right, let's put a message.
Yeah.
I thought,
nah, man, it's too late for a message at that point.
at the end.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, there was a super all-star cartoon special about saying no to drugs, and it had it was a collaboration of every Saturday morning cartoon character. Yeah, it was like Ninja Turtles, Muppet Babies, Alvin and the Chipmunks, so many others, and they all had like their own separate powers, but you understood it because they were cartoons, and cartoons already just do whatever they want.
Yeah,
and it was a dream. The kid was having a dream. But they were sending a message, like he said, even though the message wasn't super strong, the message was still to say, like, hey, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
The Emmett Till storyline they were going for was to say, like he said, like, to these black Republicans and to these people that feel like you shouldn't vote, don't forget what we paved the way to do. Don't forget the sacrifices we made for you to vote, for you to have try to have equal rights, for you to be able to ride in the front and the back of the bus, front and the back of the train, get jobs. And that was cool, but they just told it so weirdly.
It was just laid on way too thick.
Yeah, way too thick. It was like, I was supposed to be scared, and I'm not scared. But then they try to scare you with, like, the truth, I guess.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Yeah, it was like, what?
Yeah.
It was like,
scary.
The truth is scary? Okay.
No.
I mean, probably the vampire one probably would have had me the more shook.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't a rapist. I'm not saying that like that. I'm just saying like
it's just a vampire.
It's just vampires. Like that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Every other one. I mean, every one of them was about people who did wrong. So you've kind of felt like, okay, you deserve this. Versus your typical horror movie where it was like innocent people with that one or two exceptions, but mostly innocent people who were minding their business. And then like Jason was being petty at a camp.
Yeah.
Or Chucky was being petty as a toy.
Yeah. This
one was just like, yo, fam, I'm Emmett Till. You remember what I did? No. Okay, let me stop, Tom, and then take you to an alternate universe where the Klan wins. Yeah. And you're like, what? To me, it just...
That was like the Spike Lee-esque kind of...
Yeah, and we've seen bad movies, you know, on this podcast, but this might take the cake. This might be the trophy-winning one.
I don't know. It was worse than Fat Beach.
Fat Beach?
I think it was, bro.
That's fair.
I think it might even be worse than Killer Season and Belly 2.
Damn.
Yeah, it's worse than Killer Season.
See, it'll make you think about it at least.
Seen any of these?
These are bad.
Yeah, these are bad ones. See, these are the ones that we didn't mention in the beginning.
Belly 2 is real.
We didn't want to give you that bad vibe about Hood films, but you know, they can't all be winners.
Belly 2.
Yeah, Belly 2, not the first one.
So bad.
Yeah.
They would just call off like 15 minutes.
It would have been better. We ended up finding out before we started recording because he asked me, he's like, how long was this film? And I was like, that's a good question.
Hours.
Yeah, it was an hour and 51 minutes.
Yeah, it's too long.
Yeah. Even I think including the credits.
Oh.
Yeah.
So minus maybe less, but still, it was like he said, it was way too long. Every story did not need to be that long.
Yeah. So wait, was Belly so successful that they made it?
No, what happened was, all right, this is what happened.
Wait, okay, here's my
question. We'll let's tell it and we'll wrap it up. Go ahead.
My question before. So when these Hood films, when they come out, before like streaming platforms, was there a premiere? Were there premieres?
That's a good question.
Were there like, did they rent out a theater and then have
they
like
will play them in certain theaters.
Did like, because if it was like a really bad movie and then you would be like, okay, this is shit. But then at the same time, there's probably that one person that paid for it all. They were like, no, we made it. Yeah. So let's make some money off of it.
Yeah. They will release them in certain theaters, but they want to get like a worldwide release. I don't know.
No. And I think Belly 2 was I think it was straight to DVD.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. So Belly 2 actually has nothing to do with the first one.
Someone did the right slap. Someone bought the name.
Yep.
Made a movie that had nothing to do with the first one.
Nothing.
And try to play people. That wasn't the original name. It was called something.
Yeah.
Let's just take the name.
Yeah, let's just take the name.
Wow.
Yeah.
To trick people.
Nobody from the first one is mentioned.
Damn.
At all. So that's not the reason it's bad. It's just bad because it's bad. Exactly. Like it's just not a good film. And like you said, you can hear us talk about it on all streaming platforms at Welcome to Our Film podcast. But anyway,
I learned a lot, by the way.
I'm glad you did.
It's just a different kind of business. I didn't know there was that many rappers like self-produced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You see Ice Cube or
yeah, but I didn't know like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, they was all trying
down
to.
A bit, but back in the day, everybody
was all trying to hand in there. Yeah.
Would they make themselves the star, or would they
sometimes
I will just make the movie?
Like 90% of the time.
90% of the time they made themselves the star. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it was only right because it was like if you were a fan of that rapper,
and then you wanted
to see.
Okay.
You in your heart, you're like, this guy or this girl is not going to be a Denzel Washington or a Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
But you hope that they're just good enough. And some of them were.
Yeah.
But not all of them.
Okay.
Like I said, we can't all be winners.
Yeah.
Majority of these films we've seen so far, we've seen at least like around close to 60 films. Some of them were indies that had nothing to do with any rappers. They were just like hood films sent to us.
Yeah.
But majority of them that we did show off, they were films that rappers made and the plot made little to no sense. And
they wrote it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then the worst part was, as much as you wanted to crap on it, some of them was like, yo, this was my life, man. This was my struggle. And you were like, ooh,
yeah,
damn,
that's cool.
Struggle has some plot holes, right? I ain't gonna say no movie, but some of you like struggles has some plot holes, bro. I'm just saying.
They wouldn't. That's crazy to me. Like you spend $1 million, you wouldn't hire a writer or something.
Right.
That, you know?
Yeah.
You don't gotta spend money on a writer.
You don't gotta spend on a writer, and you got that right.
Who knows your story better than you do?
But you've never done it.
They don't care. Oh man,
I
get what you're saying. I get.
We understand it.
We get it. You would get the money.
If I wanted to be a rapper, I'd be like, it's all right. It's my story. Let me rap about it. I've never rapped before.
Exactly.
I would try to find a way to,
Everything you're saying makes sense. They don't.
No, he's 100% right. Everything you say makes sense. They just are like, I got money.
Wow.
And I could burn it on this movie.
On top of my game, baby.
And my game.
Do they make their money back?
No.
We don't think so. We don't. Yeah, sometimes we can see from the budget, but sometimes it's like,
damn.
You probably made more money on the units that you sold with the soundtrack. Because, like we always say, hood films make great soundtracks because that's their job. Mm-hmm. But the movies never equate as good as the soundtracks. Yeah. But yo, bro, we want to thank you for being a part of the podcast, man. You already answered one of the questions by saying you was gonna go home and watch Belly One and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we know that like us, you're an entertainer out here. So you can let these good people know where to find you, hear you doing your stuff. Yeah.
Camera right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Which one? This one? All right.
Pick your poison.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna look up. Not at Natan Badalov, Natan Badalov, and I got a web series coming out. So that's one thing I want to promote.
Dope.
Heartbreakers.
Nice.
It's about two dudes that are bitches. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just about two dudes that got broken up with around the same time, and we live together. We actually do live. This was based on it's on my life.
So my life, son.
There you go. Yeah,
my life,
baby.
son.
It's my life.
That means you gotta make a soundtrack, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta get a soundtrack with the squad on there.
Acapella, just me singing terribly.
Singing
Careless
terribly.
Whisper. 10 tracks.
10 tracks. At least 3 of them going bang.
Yeah. They don't have that random sound effect, bam, 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 just for no reason at all.
There you go. Oh, this fire.
That means he tried.
There you go. Exactly. Make sure y'all check out his web series when it pull up. It's definitely going to be a vibe. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Welcome to My Hood Film Podcast, as well as Twitter, WELCOM 2 Hood Film. And of course, check us out with our episodes on YouTube at MO Productions. That is the name of our production company because Marvin and Uni. And like we kept saying, check us out on all podcast streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Castbox FM, Anchor FM, and so much more. But we appreciate y'all checking us out. We are going to be back soon because holidays is coming up and we got to find ourselves some holiday hood films. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll work on that. We've been busy, but we got a lot of things going on.
We got a lot of things going on. So make sure you check us out and we'll tell you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, in between time, it's your boy Marvin Lattimore.
Uni Francis.
Natan Badalov.
And we are off this, people. Welcome to My Hood Films. Catch you next time. Peace. Happy post-Halloween.